Hey, and welcome back to Talk of Better Worlds. I'm Sir Felix the Cat, and with me, as almost always, we have Hawk. How's your day going?
Not terrible actually. How's yours?
Not bad. You got your nest all rebuilt after I burnt it down last week?
Yes. Yeah, please don't do that again. That sucked.
You gotta put up a sign that, I can't pour gasoline on it and throw a match at it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I mean, the last time I tried to make a sign, it caught on fire, so.
Yeah, I learned all my knowledge from MAGA, so I have none.
That's about the extent of your knowledge. Was that offensive?
Never.
Light
side of Temple.
We were talking about that actually, Carlitos. It's funny because Tim Pool wears his hat to cover the fact that he's basically he has no hair at this point. I am wearing a hat because I have grown my hair out for the last like 2 or 3 years, I think, at this point. I have not had a blade touch my hair in so long. It's basically, it rests on my shoulders. So I need to keep it contained because it's like a giant mane. So I really am the opposite of Tim Pool.
All right. So what have you been playing? 'Cause it's been a while.
Well, I got sucked into Medieval 2 Total War, in particular the stainless steel mod, Stainless Steel 6.4, not the Stainless Steel Historical Improvement Project, because I don't care what anyone says, that sucks shit. So I've just been playing Stainless Steel, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. And I kind of stopped yesterday, and I don't know what I'm going to play next, but what about you?
Nice. I quit playing Lollipop Chainsaw. I got to take a break from it. It's a little bit too much, and it doesn't run the best on Switch. It's decent, but it's just at times you get like some frame rate drops, and it's at very inconvenient times. It's like right when action starts.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's like you're going to take a hit right away. There's a dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of just ruins it. But yeah, I've been playing basically nothing but Avowed, and I'm like 40 hours into it.
Oh yeah.
I am all about that game. That game is fun if you like Pillars of Eternity.
It's better than I expected. Like I said before, I love that they animate everything. I love that. Everything is animated. But like the weapons feel good, armor looks great, like combat feels so much better than it looks. It looks like trash on video. Like I think it looks like hell when you watch someone fight in that game. But playing it feels so good. But yeah. I actually downloaded Pillars 1 so I could play it again and get back into Pillars.
Yep. That is the way to go.
Yeah.
I suggest everybody play Pillars 1 and 2 and then play Avowed. You'll love it.
They're great. They're so great and original. They're so original, you know?
Yeah. Yep. We'll talk about them a little bit more. I have a story coming up on them. But
nice.
Let's get into some news. The first thing makes me very happy. It's not moving anywhere, but currently Marvel is exploring bringing Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist into the MCU after Daredevil Born Again. So basically Daredevil Born Again has to have like 10 jillion streams within the first like hour of release. And then they'll probably bring back the whole crew, including Punisher. They're saying here you might run into the likes of like Tom Holland, Spider-Boy, and some of the Avengers who are still around.
Who the hell's still around from the Avengers?
Falcon, Ant-Man, I think. I don't think they've cut out Ant-Man yet. Okay. Yeah, it's exactly what I was saying I won last week. It was beautiful to see that my dream might come true.
Hey, I mean, that's always good.
Kristen Johnson or Kristen Ritter, I don't know why I call her Johnson. Kristen Ritter wants to come back. She's been waiting for the call. They just don't have anything on Finn Jones.
Dude.
Which is kind of sad. I want him to come back, and I want them to give him the time. Give him the time. Let him like learn the moves. Have someone like good train him, and we're good to go.
I mean, that'd be dope if they did that. Again, not my thing, but it is cool when the fans get something they want, especially with Marvel, because it seems like it's kind of back and forth with that.
Yeah.
But I do want more Punisher. So if that comes out of this, then I want this.
Yeah.
I want more Punisher.
Yeah, so they just showed him in this little video. Thor could come back. He's still in it.
Yeah. How do you feel about Thor at this point? Like, are you tired?
I'm unlike everybody else. That last movie was great.
I didn't watch it. I haven't seen it, so
it has its issues. I'll admit that. Like when it comes to the CG of making what's her face the female Thor, it wasn't the best. There were issues and it bothered me. But the rest of the movie, the way they changed the story, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Well, do you think a lot of people didn't like it because Woman, Woman's Femoid's
absolutely
bad? Okay,
absolutely. And then hardcore comic people didn't like the fact that Gore wasn't like a fighter the whole time. Like they didn't fight. There was no fight between him and Thor. It was more of like a Fallout New Vegas type thing where you talk them down. Well, and they had a talking scene. It was kind of emotional. It was well done. He fought Zeus, which is pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
which set up for the battle between him and Thor, or him and Thor. Yeah, Thor and Thor is going to fight each other. Thor and Hercules.
Well, I like the character of Gore. I didn't know about him until I heard Christian Bale was going to be playing him, and then I looked him up, and I think I asked you about him before for like a preliminary. Just tell me what this guy is, and I will go down the rabbit hole. And I looked more stuff on him, and he's a really cool character. I always love like god killers and people who stick it to the traditionally conventional stuff, so I like Gore. So I'll watch the movie at some point. As long as it's not as god awful as the second Thor movie, then we're good.
No, nothing's as bad as that one. Like I like Ragnarok too. That was a pretty dope one. It was another emotional one because you see like characters die, like they're gone forever now.
Yeah, Ragnarok was good. I did watch that one.
And it had what's his face playing the bad guy?
Goldblum.
No, the other bad guy. Well, he was a bad guy turned good guy at the end. The Boys.
Oh shit.
Main guy in The Boys, not the kid.
Carl Urban.
Yes, there we go. At him.
Billy the Butcher.
Yep.
Diabolical.
Yeah, he was perfect in that.
Oh, I love him. He was the perfect Dredd too.
Yeah. Yeah, so Defenders. Hopefully it's coming. We just need them to do well. So everybody needs to watch Born Again, whether you like Daredevil or not. I mean, how can you not like Daredevil? Whatever his name is, actor guy. Drawing a blank on his name too. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
He's great. Yeah. Yeah, a genuinely good guy. Like it was crazy to see that whole video of a fan bringing him the mask.
Yeah. Yeah. He seems good.
And then Amazon thought it can compete with Steam because it was so much larger than Valve. But Prime Gaming former VP admits that gamers already had the solution to their problems, which it's funny that was their goal. Like, and they're talking about the Prime Gaming, not the Stadia competitor.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hilarious that they thought like, oh, well, we have like every customer in the world, so we definitely could be better than them. And nobody used it because nobody thinks to go to your Amazon account to sign in and play video games.
Yeah, like let's think about this like we're not totally detached billionaire psychopaths for a second. Nobody wants to fucking use Amazon if we don't have to use Amazon. If you have any other option, you're probably not going to use Amazon. 2, you're talking about a group of people that for the most part, I do not include myself in this because I just don't. But for the most part, a group of people who exclusively use Steam and will bitch and complain if they have to click 2 buttons to get a game anywhere else but Steam.
Yep.
Anywhere else but Steam. You could have free game. You could have like AAA games drop for free on Epic Games or something, and they'll be like, "No, it's not Steam. I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up. You're never gonna win these people over. You're never gonna. So no, Amazon, go away. Stop.
Yep. Yeah, that was a funny thing to see. I didn't really go into this article too much. It's just, the headline says enough.
Yeah. That says it all.
And then back to talking about pillars, because pillars is the thing. Josh Sawyer says there's a lot of people at Obsidian who want to make a Pillars of Eternity tactics game.
Ooh.
The only thing that's holding them back is the fan base for tactics games is not humongous. Like, yeah, there's a lot of us who like them. Like, you have the Nintendo fans who like Fire Emblem. You have PC fans who like multiple games. PlayStation fans who like Final Fantasy Tactics. But if you put us all together, it's not a majority of gamers. Sadly, it's not.
No.
So that's pretty much what it comes down to. They want to, and they think it would be great. They are probably going to try to pitch it. And I mean, it's Xbox, so Xbox games will probably allow them to make it at some point, like probably further down the line. But yeah, it's something they want to do. And I thought that was pretty awesome because I want more pillars.
Well, yeah. And I mean, like with tactics games, it's such a broad thing too, because like there are a lot of fans of just generally speaking tactical games, but it sounds like something that would work with Pillars. The world of Pillars is kind of more like an XCOM kind of game than like an RTS kind of game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although you could do an RTS in the Pillars universe, it would still work, but like a more traditional RTS. But yeah, I think there's a reason these games have kind of died off. Like the fan base is there, but they do not make enough money to make these draconian vampire investors happy. So we don't get stuff that we want.
Yep. But also, I just want another Pillars game, like because Avowed is a offshoot. Like even they say it here, it's a first person offshoot game. Yeah. I want a true Pillars 3. Yeah,
dude. I mean, it'll come. I think Avowed is. I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I think Avowed has probably performed pretty well. It has good reviews on Steam. It's on Xbox, whatever the hell. Like the numbers on it are probably pretty good. So another Pillars game is most likely coming. It's just probably going to be like a decade.
Yeah, as long as people aren't listening to like the big reviewers, because they're. God, I put out a video today that kind of touched on it. The Avowed reviews was the whole reason I wanted to go over and do that ranking video of Obsidian related properties.
Yeah. Because
I literally listened to some dude who's a big time reviewer, and he's going on and saying things that just are false. This is after admitting I'm on my second playthrough.
So,
and it's like, you said it's a 30-hour game. I'm 40 hours in. I'm in the third act. So you're not playing the game. You're just bum rushing the story and missing 90% of the game.
Yeah, 30 hours for any kind of Pillars game. Like, I get this is a spin-off, basically. But, like, 30 hours for any Obsidian game? No, I can't. I don't think that's true at all. Like, I think if you do everything.
Bum Rush Fallout New Vegas, you could do it in probably like 20 hours. I believe that.
Shit, you could probably do that. If you bum rush it, you could, and like if you know exactly what you're doing, you could probably beat New Vegas in like an hour or two. But like we're talking like speed running shit here.
Yeah, it's such a good game. There's so much to it. There's character interactions. Everybody's saying like people online who are against it, who are reviewing it, are literally saying like, yeah, your characters just they don't react to you. They're basically here because they have nothing better to do. And it's like one says that the rest of them have a purpose for being there. Like they legitimately have a story that goes with them, why they are with you. Just one guy says like, I really got nothing better to do. But he's really saying that because he likes his homie, who is your homie, your first companion. And he wants to make sure you guys follow through with your mission. That's all it is. It's just he's being coy about it because he doesn't like hugs. He doesn't want to be emotional. They tell you that. They legitimately tell you this, but nope, just because I have nothing better to do. It's like, well, you don't know how to read.
That's too hard, dude. Well, you don't even have to read. You don't even have to read, dude. They talk to you. It's not like Pillars 1 and 2 where you actually have to be able to fucking read and have like the mental capacity to take something away from a story to understand the game. It's not like that. They talk to you, dude.
Yep. Yeah, the other thing I'm hearing is like you have no clue what's going on. They don't tell you what happened in the previous games. It's like, well, they don't, but do. There's books, you can read them. You have to know how to read words. And if not, go back and play the other games.
No, they'll never play it. Dude, you have to read. You have to, dude.
Yeah.
Pillars 1 and 2 are actually pretty difficult CRPGs. They're old school, no holds barred, not hold your hand CRPGs that will kick you in the dick until you figure out what you're doing. And I love them. So they'll never play them. They will. That's why they didn't do like as well as they should have, in my opinion.
Yep. No one reads anymore. It's so true.
Oh, see, they do, but they read comics and stuff. That's about it. That's.
I don't even know if they're reading that. They're just looking at the pictures.
Yeah, they say they read it, but they're just looking at the picture.
Yeah. Batman punched. That's all they get from it.
Oh, we're screwed.
It kills me. And then Sony is being sued over PlayStation Store prices being too high.
Good luck.
Now, this is Book Talk. No, I'll have to look that up.
I've heard of Book Talk. So Book Talk has actually brought about a notable resurgence in people reading chapter books, like actual books.
Oh.
It does suck in a lot of ways, but it's also been beneficial to just the general like reading industry for the most part. So it's got its ups and downs. It has plus sides, negative sides, but it has helped with increasing the amount of people who are reading. So that is a factor.
All right. Is it? And it's part of TikTok, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's like a genre of TikTok. It's
Okay.
Usually chicks recommending different books that they've read.
Yeah, I have a couple that I'm subscribed to on YouTube that do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, Sony's being sued over the high prices on the PlayStation Store. And this has happened before. They've been sued previously in the US and the UK for basically the same thing. Because there's one thing that Xbox does and Nintendo does that PlayStation doesn't. You can buy their digital games elsewhere. You can go onto Amazon and buy a digital code for a game, and it might have a different price. You can go on to what's that site? CD Keys.
CDKeys.
And you can buy games. But if you do it for PlayStation, which I think they do have PlayStation on CD Keys, but it's the same exact price they have on the store. They can't change the price. It has to be this price.
Yep.
Which ends up causing them to be overpriced because you don't know. So we have another country who's suing them. This time we're going, I believe says it down here, Dutch.
Oh, the Dutch. The Netherlands.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's hopefully this one goes through. I want something to happen. Things need to change. I also want Nintendo to start having to discount their mainline titles, like their first party games, which if I go onto the store right now and look up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or whatever it's called, it's still full price.
Yeah.
That was a Wii U game that then got ported over to the Switch and they added the word deluxe to it, and it's still full price. A launch title.
It's totally absurd. You and I have talked about this innumerably over the years. I mean, I think we both came to call it it's the console tax. It's the console tax. You know, if you have a console, if you have a PlayStation, a Switch, a Xbox, for whatever reason, you don't have an Xbox at this point, but if you have a console, you're paying a premium price for games that are ancient. You know what I mean?
I have a Series X right behind me.
Oh, okay. Well. Okay. I mean,
it's not
for
mine.
Whatever reason. No, of course it's not yours. But no, hey, if they didn't do the whole everything is an Xbox thing, I would understand buying an Xbox at this point. And most people who have them bought it before that.
Yeah.
But no, like if you have a console, you're paying a premium for games that are digital or even physical. Usually, it's hard as hell to find physical copies that are cheaper than games that you could buy on PC. PC is always the place to go for cheaper games, and it sucks that that's the case because I wish it was universal. It just sucks to see.
Yeah. What made me laugh was this.
Swooning over Centaur's back. Respectfully.
Yes, we gotta show that.
Respectfully, yeah. It's true though, dude. That's book talk in a nutshell, man.
Yeah. I believe it.
But hey, it gets.
All right, now we're going to get on to some fun political stuff. At least the first one I find fun. Again, keeping in typical Philadelphia Eagles fashion, they have reportedly snubbed the White House offer to come and celebrate there again, which they did in 2018 to the same, moron who's in office right now.
Yeah. So,
but this also makes me think. So Trump was in office and they won. Trump's in office again and they won.
Oh shit, man. Does it have to be tied like that, man? Does it have to be that way?
They've only won twice, and both times Trump was in there, so
I mean, yeah, well, good for them, because why the hell would any of these guys from Philly or the area around Philly, most of which I believe are black, why would any of them want to go to the White House with Trump in,
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, Trump also went there into the Super Bowl to watch the game and was rooting for the Chiefs, hoping to see he wanted nothing more than to see the Eagles lose.
Jesus Christ!
Because they snubbed him the first time, so he's still butthurt about that because this old man can't get over things that are so minor and shouldn't matter in life.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he even went to wasn't it the first time a president ever went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and we'll talk about that again, why he went. I have that for the last piece of news.
Oh, there's a reason for it? Like we know the reason?
Well, no, but there's a reason that can be seen to it. And it makes sense once we go through the rest of news.
Okay.
It'll all start to add up.
It'll come together.
But, yeah, it'll come together. Yeah, so the Eagles captain, Lane Johnson, had previously said it would be an honor to go, but it was up to the team. And the team took a vote and they were like, no, nah, hell no.
No.
Yep, which is good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm very proud of them for doing that. Makes me very happy.
They
probably don't want to smell the diaper. I mean, honestly.
Dude, imagine how terrible that dude smells. Like, imagine.
Yeah, it smells like dirty diaper and McDonald's or KFC, depend on the day.
God.
I mean, when he did have sports teams over, he laid out like cheeseburgers from McDonald's and like Wendy's and stuff like that. It's like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I mean, like, these guys have to bulk up sometimes and they'll eat total trash, but like, I doubt they would want to do that after a game, after the game. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You just get super fat on the off season.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how these sportsbook guys work sportsbook. But yeah, he's a fucking idiot. So
yeah.
What else is new?
Yep. Well, here's something new. So Trump appointed Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro to Council of Governors. This made me very mad to see.
Why?
Very mad. I mean, this guy has been making me mad for a while because he just makes some very, very Republican decisions.
Okay.
And so, and you'll see from the group that's in here, the other governors that are appointed to this are Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, North Carolina Governor Josh Stein, Ron DeMeatball, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, Maryland Wes Moore, Michigan Gretchen Whitmer, New York Kathy Hochul, and then South Carolina Henry McMaster. So there's a couple people who do run as Democratic besides Shapiro. You have Whitmer and I believe Kathy too. It's New York, so I would assume so.
They had Rudy Giuliani too, so we can't always assume that.
Yeah, true. But basically, they will be tasked with strengthening state-federal partnerships on national security, which that should let you know right away. They're talking about ICE, disaster response, and military coordination issues.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to have PA be a part of this for the national like security and military stuff outside of just the ICE stuff, because the from what I've seen, there are two major states that contribute to the military with their National Guard people. Like each state has their own National Guard group.
Yeah.
And the two that contribute the most to like active duty shit and internal response stuff is Texas and Pennsylvania. So that I think is probably the main reason why. So we're more of the security side of things, especially because it looks like Texas is not a part of this, but it's still shitty.
Okay, well, I did think he capitulated on the DNC. It's shameful. It's a 90-year-old Bernie running around the country. Yeah. Bernie is one of the good people out there still. He's coming back to being old Bernie again. He's getting vocal, as he should be.
Did you pull that video of Bernie?
What video?
Bernie saying that it's pointless to vote.
Oh, no, you can pull it. I didn't even watch it.
I gotta find that.
But yeah, this just made me mad because Shapiro is very upsetting. Very upsetting. Just constantly makes bad decisions. And then we have a Connecticut senator, Democrat, on Fox News putting out an opinion piece, which is basically just stating some facts. Trump claimed he would help American workers. Now he's betraying them because Musk is helping Trump implement anti-worker ideas of the radical Project 2025, which is the Republican playbook renamed. So Donald Trump was out there and he ran as a person who cared about the average worker because that's all he does. He tries to placate to these people who are super low IQ and be like, yeah, I'm just like you guys. But he doesn't mean it. I mean, he came out and said, oh yeah, I'm going to make no taxes on tips. Yeah, he put out his like tax plan and legit that was left off. There's still going to be tax on tips because what happened? Oh, Trump went out there, opened his mouth, and of course, told a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's literally all this guy can do. The only time he tells the truth is when he says he's going to do something bad. That's it. Or when he's basically admitting to a crime. But he's basically, once he got elected, he decided to go out there and say, hey, screw the worker. I just want the billionaires. Like his newly confirmed Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, or whatever his name is worth $521 million. And he came out and said that he doesn't believe workers deserve to raise the embarrassingly low national wage. Like the minimum wage. Because, $7.25 is enough. Dude. Obviously. And here's tampon ear or maxi pad ear.
Maxi pad ear. You know what? A real quick thing. I keep seeing people spreading it is bullshit that it was a piece of glass from the teleprompter that hit his ear. It was not a piece of glass that hit his ear.
You could zoom in on it and it was clear as day that it was a full piece. Nothing had happened to it. No,
the bullet zipped him.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about that.
Oh yeah. So like. Oh wait, you turned into a robot. Are you there? Uh-oh. Did you disappear? Did I disappear? What happened? I can hear you now. Yeah.
Everybody open up their Apple devices. Yeah, so my internet's going to tank the rest of the show. But yeah, he you can see like in those images they were showing the teleprompter on that bottom corner and it was whole. There was light reflecting off of it, but for some reason people said, "Oh, it's broken." And if from a far out zoomed, it looks like it could be. But once you zoomed into it, no, it was a full thing. The teleprompter was like 8 feet off to the sides. There's no way. Kind of like in the picture. I'll show it, but I might disappear again. They're super far away from him.
Yeah. There's no way a piece of glass. I mean, like the dude aimed for his head, and for being a terrible shot, was actually pretty damn close. And the bullet zipped him and clipped his ear, and that's that. But I still see some people online, like leftists, saying like, "Oh, he wasn't hit by a bullet. He was hit by the teleprompter." No, it's bullshit. He wasn't hit by a bullet. He was clipped by one. But
Yeah.
I mean, it still doesn't give him any like credit or anything. But still, truth is important. But with Bernie Sanders, Carlitos had mentioned that he capitulated to the DNC, and it's shameful. But I think I found the video. I'd have to go over it, and I don't want to play it in the middle of us talking or anything. But I think I found the video. If not, Humanist Report actually did a video on it, and the clip of Bernie in the Humanist Report video shows him saying this. But he effectively said, and I can't directly quote him because I don't remember exactly, but he said, like, this isn't going to change in D.C., that none of this is going to change in Washington, D.C., and that he invoked the revolution and said that we have to go on the streets and fix this, basically unfuck this by mass protests. We all have to get out there. We all have to fight this. And it made me very mad. It made me very mad because now you're going to start to see people who were like, rah, 99% Hitler is better than 100% Hitler saying, oh, no, I wanted a revolution the whole time.
Yep.
But
well, as who said to the letter.
Oh, wait. You're a robot again. Uh-oh. Damn it.
I wish this would stop.
You look like an oil painting. I think you're clear now. Every time you talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I apparently got to get a better internet package because Apple devices are the worst thing on Wi-Fi. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
Cannot stand them.
But what did you say?
I don't even know anymore. Oh, yeah. He's got to be careful because people who have said similar things to that, like on interviews on like CNN and stuff, they're now being sent letters by the DOJ basically saying like, hey, we're taking that as a direct threat against Musk and Trump. So you're going to have to do some questions. You're going to have to answer some questions to make sure you're not trying to like incite violence against them.
You know what? Good. Take it as a fucking threat. Because guess what? It is a threat. It is a threat. We can't sit here and pussyfoot around this shit anymore, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad.
It's bad, dude. It's bad. I'm done. You're done. I know a hell of a lot of other people are done personally, and I just see it. You see it. Everybody sees it. I mean, foreigners even probably see it. I mean, like Carlitos sees it. I mean, he seems a little more active in American stuff than a lot of people, most Americans. But like it's everybody sees it. It's bad. And with the whole minimum wage shit, if anyone listened to this garbage heap person that is Donald Trump when he said that he was for the working man on the election trail, you need to really sit down and analyze your life and what you like, everything about yourself. I mean, it comes from a place of knowing nothing. If you believe these people, you're either willfully ignorant or you just refuse to learn anything about who these people actually are. Like, you might just be stupid if you support these people. There are plenty of people who are just stupid. That's fine. I mean, most people are probably just stupid. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, you know? But it seems like a great deal of people, specifically the ones who voted for Trump, but aren't part of the cult, like we've talked about before, we're just ignorant on everything. Education in that country is a huge education in this country is a massive problem, a massive like a unholy problem, dude. And it started even before, like, we were in school, and we're in our 30s. Okay, I know, full disclosure, we're in our 30s, and education started really going downhill with No Child Left Behind, as far as I could tell. Would you feel the same?
Yeah.
Feel the same way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which we got hit by. I mean, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But No Child Left Behind got morphed into Common Core. Which was there anything between that? Between No Child Left Behind and Common Core? I don't
think we ever stopped it. I don't think Obama stopped No Child Left Behind. I think it just stayed the same and people stopped talking about it.
Well, he changed it to Common Core. There was a whole like hubbub about like 2 + 2 = 5 or whatever the hell. Like they had weird math stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Half of that might be bullshit. I don't know. I'm not in school. Before I did not know anyone in education at that time, so I don't know. But Common Core, it just seems to, from what I've gathered, it seems to be a worse version of No Child Left Behind, and our education is fucking shameful. And since its inception, I think I told you about this when I read about it like a year ago or maybe sometime last year, that our education system has always been split in two in the United States. One side was for the rich. This is way back in the beginning of this country, like 1700s, 1770s, 80s. One side was for the rich, and if you were rich, you got a proper education, okay? Because you paid for that shit. Then when they founded public education, you didn't get an education. You were taught how to conform and how to listen to your superiors. That is the number one thing that you were taught in school. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed at all. Individuality and creativity are crushed, and you are forced into conformity in our education system, so you could be a good little worker drone. I don't know, man.
Yep, but I just want you to know something.
You lost?
Yeah, except that any dumbass who would say that doesn't realize they lost too.
Wait, if you support Trump, gypsum fanatic, fantastic. Sorry, gypsum fan. If you truly support Trump, please let us know, because I don't want to shit all over you if you're just joking, and you're not mentally deficient. But just let us know if you're still here.
Yeah. There's no
it.
winning under Trump. No, unless you're a billionaire. There's no winning under Trump.
No,
it's impossible.
And also, if you think that we're libs, you're fucking wrong, bro. You're real wrong.
Yeah, I'm a hardcore Dem. I do it.
I love getting fisted. I'm a Democrat. I'm going to vote a cop into office.
Yep.
99% Hitler is better than 100% Hitler.
All right, so I'm going to flash another article, and I'm going to take it down.
See if it crashes.
But the whole thing is about somebody getting fired. Now, I want you to look at this picture and tell me why this person got fired.
Oh, he's black.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. We had to get rid of the black guy because, a 4-star general isn't good. He's not qualified because he's a 4-star general. So we have to bring in this white guy who is a 3-star general.
Oh my God, dude. Are we really doing that? Like,
Yep. Brought in Dan Kane, who is a 3-star general.
Okay. So that's stupid, but I have a question. What's really the difference between a 3 and a 4-star general?
They have an extra star on their shoulder.
I mean, yeah, but that
they get paid more.
Yeah, that's the only difference. No, I mean, there's probably some kind of like nuanced difference between 3-star and 4-star generals. I don't know. I'm not military. I don't care enough. But the fact that we had to replace that guy because he was black is just more stupidity. Like, why?
Well, it's also part of their no, I got to look into some Apple investment. I didn't even know about that.
$100 billion investment? What? Apple doesn't need more money, dude.
Well, I mean, neither does Musk, but look at that. It's like, what, $8 million a day he's making?
Shit, I don't know. If I look that shit up, I'm going to start making Molotovs, man. I can't. I can't at this point. I can't. I live in a hole. In a hole there lived a hobbit. In a hole there lived a hawk, okay? And I try to keep my head in that hole as much as possible, because if I sit here and watch the news, like as much as you do, if I watch the news as much as you do, I'm gonna start making Molotovs. Remember the Afghanistan mess? Yeah, the Afghanistan mess, the shit show. I blame
Yeah.
both sides for that because it was definitely on both sides. A 20 fucking year long war for what? For what?
Yep. Yep.
And we just let the Taliban roll right back in, too. What did we accomplish, dude?
Oh, I guess Apple, I need to look more into it, but Apple is, I guess, gonna move their stuff here. They're investing $500 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years to basically get away from the tariffs.
So basically they're just moving their like Chinese sweatshop suicide factory over to the United States to avoid tariffs. That's the whole.
You know how much those phones are going to cost if they're made here?
Oh, so much money. I mean, how much does a new Apple phone cost now? I don't have Apple.
Like $1,000?
Like $1,000 fucking dollars. So I like actual phones, so I don't have an Apple. But I'm curious.
Let's see. I see all these monthly plans and refurbished. Oh God, I'm sorry about the noise. Why can't I just find it without all these deals?
iPhone 16 Pro.
Yeah, $999 at Walmart.
Yeah, $9.99 on their site too. God damn, dude. God. A Foxconn worker needs to put in to be able to afford one. Like fucking 300 years.
Yeah.
300 years of slavery, and you might be able to afford an iPhone, dude. No, if they're like $1,000 now, they're probably going to go up to like $2,500-$3,000 for an iPhone, dude. Well, and that's the other part. Like I was saying to my wife, we better hope to Christ, okay, the Christ that I don't believe in, that China doesn't feel like invading Taiwan, at least in the next like 15 years. Because if that happens, dude, that's where like all electronic chips come from.
Yeah.
Like all electronic chips. So any electronics, even cars, stuff that you don't even think about that has electronics in it are going to skyrocket in price. Like that would cripple this economy. 100% cripple this economy. Just that alone.
Yep.
I mean, we're all kinds of fucked.
Yep.
But hey.
All right.
Hey.
I'm going to flash another news story. If you can hear me, it looks like my internet might be dropping again.
I could hear you.
Okay. This is another great one that I think I've mentioned before. Trump says Ukraine started the war that's killing its citizens. Because when Russia comes in and just blatantly invades your country, it's your fault.
Well, so I thought about this the other day because I love getting into arguments with people. The Ukraine war really kicked off in 2014. And most Americans think that it kicked off just a couple of years ago when Russia properly invaded. Russia kind of invaded. It was a soft invasion. They have the little green men, as they called them. They were Russian soldiers without any markings on their uniforms, but they invaded in 2014. And then they wound up funding a bunch of groups that were fighting in 2014. But here's the other thing. We funded the other side, too. Why the hell does the Biden family have a shit ton of financial and business interests in the country of Ukraine and has had them since like pre-2014?
Yep.
Why the fuck is that a thing?
Yep. Yeah, it's another one where the U.S. started its own war.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely started its own war. But to blatantly say it's Ukraine's fault, that's what gets me.
Oh, yeah. No, that's stupid. It's Ukraine. I mean, Ukraine isn't completely blameless. The country, let's be real, okay? I don't like what's happening there. I think that war is stupid no matter who's pulling the trigger. I think that it's pointless. I think that death is just, there's no reason for it, okay? Ukrainian buildings launched themselves into Russian rockets. I seen it. The building got up and woo, right into a Russian rocket, man. It's crazy. But like all war is shit, okay? I don't like war. I think war shouldn't happen. But Ukraine is not fucking blameless in all of this. Like, they're a shithole country. They like, that place is, the government is beyond corrupt in Ukraine and has been since even before the Soviet Union fell. It is not a good place, okay? And yes, there are straight up Nazis in their army. That is a fact. I don't care what anyone says. There are straight up Nazis, and it's not just like one battalion or whatever the hell. There's a lot of Nazis in their army. And the reason for that is because of when the uprising happened. I don't know if you saw this, but when the uprising happened in 2014, 2013, there was a bunch of guys that stormed the Capitol in camo with yellow armbands on that had the Wolfsangel, which is a wolf trap in German. It's a symbol that was used by the SS. And these guys were just straight up Nazis that invaded the Capitol and helped take over the Capitol. Okay. So Ukraine's not a good place on its own, but the war is a direct byproduct of the Cold War, because the Cold War never ended. And anyone who says otherwise is either lying or misinformed. The Cold War never ended. And this is just a continuation of the Cold War. And it's not a Cold War for everyone outside of the United States and Russia. Because hundreds of millions of people have died in this war that's been going on since right after World War II. So we're all to blame for this shit. Russia's to blame, Ukraine's to blame, America's to blame, but Trump is too stupid to comprehend any of that. So,
Yep. And I just thought of something. I want to talk to Pinky about something. Apparently, this is brand new news that apparently even though we've talked about in the past, it never happened. It's a now to doing this.
Oh wait, you broke up again. Nope, not yet. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Okay, what were you saying?
Okay. Talking to Pinky, because me and him talked about this last week, I believe it was. ICE now just announced this new thing where now they're going to start going to schools. That this didn't happen before. Just now they're going to start it.
Just now. No, they haven't been doing that for like a month or two now. No.
Yeah, not at all.
No.
It's a whole new thing.
And also to Carlitos, yes, Russia is an absolute shithole. Russia is a country run by the mafia, the Russian mafia, and it has always been run by the Russian mafia since the fall of the Tsars. It's just been, and the Tsars were also their own mafia. Russia has not been a good place for a very long time.
What is this KGB you speak of?
Yeah, what is KGB? No, they're all shitholes. The whole world is shitholes. We haven't figured this shit out yet.
Yeah, and it's both.
Yep.
Both kids and workers.
Yep. Hasn't happened though.
Yep. No, hasn't been happening.
Nope.
All right, I got two more news things. Here's another quick flash. DA commercials, and I'm probably going to cut out because I see my internet fluctuating again.
Okay, you're back again here.
Okay. Kristi Noem had to do these DHS commercials, spent $200 million of DHS money, aka tax money.
Jesus Christ.
And they had to personally be made to thank Trump for closing the border, for protecting this country. Trump made that one of the requirements.
The border's not even fucking closed, bro.
Yeah.
It's not closed. You can't close a border, dude, especially not with people as innovative as the Mexicans, man. You can't stop them. Oh my God, dude. $200 million pissed away on a thank our dear leader campaign. Oh boy.
Yes. And Gwen, no, not here, but it was happening up towards Pittsburgh.
Yep. I'm sure it'll come there at some point. Oh, you're a robot again. This is the Robot Show, everybody. Welcome.
Super annoying.
It's just the Robot Show. We are techno futurists.
Yeah.
And Sir Felix here
I am
is
just
a
the worst guy you've ever seen.
We're both actually AI. Spoiler.
All right,
I mean,
I'm going to show my last thing. I just need you guys to quickly look at this, and then I'll talk after I close the internet because this is getting old.
It's getting wild.
This is a list of things that so far Doge has canceled. And let's zoom in a little bit. So we have education, USAID, DOD, NIH, blah, 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 blah. You have the FDA, DOJ, just everything imaginable. Just so much stuff. Let's get rid of this.
Oh, man.
Stop sharing. Hopefully that makes it better now that I'm not sharing anything anymore.
Pretty clear now, yeah.
Most of the things that he's cut, like the first things that he focused on cutting, were, of course, the organizations that were investigating him because Musk is a piece of trash and it's all the companies like, yeah. God. I am trying to talk as quick as I can.
Oh man, yeah, no, it was everybody who was investigating him. He cut everybody who was investigating him and Musk because they're fucking scum. They're just they're crime lords. It's more mafia bosses that run another country. That's just a mafia shithole. I don't know that kid's Canadian, so he's not even from there. Wait, what kid was Canadian? Did we deport a Canadian?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it's about time we invade him. I mean, like,
yeah. I mean, that's what Trump's trying to do. He's basically talking about it. He wants to invade them to make them the 51st state, which is funny because Canada would lean so far to our blue, which is their red, that it's not even funny.
Yeah.
They would be another California.
We put the border wall on the wrong border. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. You're robotic again.
This is so dumb.
Do you still have stuff open?
Let me close. You have the SCP, so I'll close everything else.
Yeah, I got the SCP. I got all that. So, if you need anything pulled up too, I could pull it. But
the movie. That's the only thing I had.
Okay.
But yeah, the FDA being closed, Neuralink was being investigated because it killed the monkeys that it was tested on. I believe it was chimpanzees. And it also has the risk of just, killing people.
God.
But no.
Yeah, dude.
Nope.
Trump?
Let's shut them down.
Trump has a well-established history of screwing us on disease-related stuff at this point.
Dude, he fired the bird flu people.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The people who are supposed to check and record this. And no, we fired them. Then like a couple days later, oh, that was them? Maybe we should.
Oh, you're robotic again. No, yeah, I mean, he fired the bird flu people, and when the next pandemic comes, not if, when the next pandemic comes, it's going to be a lot of blood on his hands when potentially millions and millions of people die. Because there will be another pandemic. It's inevitable.
Yep.
I mean, COVID was inevitable. I mean, people have been screaming about pandemics for fucking decades at this point, saying like, look, the big one will come. The next Spanish flu will come. The next Black Plague type event will come, especially as climate change continues to fuck our environment around us, and ice caps start to melt, and new stuff that's like ancient virulent shit starts to escape. Like, who knows what comes next? You know what I mean? People don't realize this. The Black Plague is still around. Did you know this?
Yeah. It was in, I think, Ohio like 2 years ago. They started to see cases. It was somewhere like Ohio or Illinois, something like that.
Well, Mongolia gets it a lot, but then the other place, because there's like I think they have marmots that they eat that they're legally not allowed to eat, and they can carry the Black Plague a lot. So that happens there in Mongolia. But then the place that I've seen like the most accounts of it in modern times is Madagascar. There's actually a prison on the island of Madagascar that is just a fucking hole, dude. Like one of the worst places on the planet by far. And the Black Plague likes to spread around there. But Carlitos asking about the show Utopia. I think I've seen the show Utopia. Sir Felix froze again, I believe. But Utopia.
Call me Iceman.
Iceman. The Iceman cometh. Utopia show. Have you seen this, Sir Felix?
No, I was trying to look it up, but then I realized I can't use my internet.
Yeah, no, that'll destroy it. Utopia. I have not seen this one.
From 2013. Yeah, I'll check it out. Probably watch that tomorrow. Tomorrow morning while I play Avowed.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited to play Avowed. Like I said, I want to go through Avowed, or not Avowed. I want to go through Pillars 1 and 2 and complete them. Because I have, hold on. Hold, please. I have, shit, where is it? Pillars of Eternity. Pillars of Shiternity. I have 111.9 hours in the first Pillars game. Didn't beat it. After 100. Well, you know, I take my time with games. I take longer than most people to play most games, but 111 hours in that game, didn't beat it. But I want to go through and beat that one, and then beat 2, and then play Avowed. Because
again,
Avowed. Oh, you're back now.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, sorry. If it seems like I cut you off, I'm basically just I figure I'm just gonna try and keep it going if you cut out.
Yeah, there's not much I can do today.
Yeah, I mean, well, you contribute. You can contribute, but I don't want to sound like I'm cutting you off. I don't want to sound like an asshole.
Oh, I can always type into the comment section too. I didn't even think about that.
You can, yeah. You could type in there. If you're in the middle of a screed or something, you could finish it in there.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, no, I'm excited to play Avowed. I'm surprised. There are things that I don't like about it. It is not worth $70, $60, not by a fucking long shot. But I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I bought the deluxe edition, which that's definitely not worth the money.
No, fuck no.
That was like an extra, $20, and all you get is like 2 costumes for each of your companions. That's it.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
And one is just the original costume.
Oh, uh-oh. There he goes again. Like ships in the night. This is an interesting show.
Yeah, this is great.
There he is.
This is great.
Yo, is that Chud Gypsum still in here?
No, I think he just jumped on to say you lost because that's what they do. He doesn't want to admit that he lost, and that's why he jumped off like the second he said it.
Yeah, these fucking idiots never want to actually have a conversation. I need to ask them, define woke. That is my number one thing I need to ask. We need to get Reds on the show, dude. We need to do this.
Yeah, define woke, define DEI, and tell me why you voted for Trump. Like, why?
Yeah,
what logical reason?
Oh, there was no logical reason. You're just gonna get. That's all you're gonna get on that one.
He's owning the libs.
Own the libs. No, I don't know. We'll talk about that then, like where we could go with this show, because we seem to be pivoting a little bit, at least with the live show, on what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at my video today, the end of it, I go on to the whole, like, I'm surprised we haven't heard woke yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll definitely hear woke with Ghost of Wokai. That'll be fun. I'm excited for that one.
Cut.
Oh, you're cutting a little bit, but can you hear me? Okay, I think you're back. Did you see, there's news, there's another bit of news, it's gaming news. Did you see Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition got a fucking DLC?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
It got a DLC, dude.
Yep.
The Doom of Icewind.
The first one is, I believe that's BioWare who made that one.
Yeah.
The Obsidian made two. Or
I saw that.
Whatever, Black Isle. That was the original Obsidian.
Yeah, it would have been Black Isle at that point. Yeah. I mean, I saw that before we got on. I was like, what? What? Like, it's been like over 20 years and you're just going to drop a DLC? What?
Yep.
I got to buy that at some point when I'm not like, when I can afford eggs, I got to buy that.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yep.
But what about today's topic? Destruction to only serve the rich.
Yeah, it's the maybe stop.
God damn it. I'm gonna buy it with your 5K Doge check. Yeah, I'll buy it with my Doge check. Oh, you're back. Okay. Destruction.
If I leave to restart everything, will it disconnect you?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, it's on what? It's on a link, right?
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Everybody hold tight. If this crashes, we'll be back,
we'll be back in a second. All right. I'm going to leave and see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, you can text me too if it stays up.
Yeah, here, I got it up. Let's see.
All right.
Oh, Carlitos, can you hear me? Pinky, Gwen, anybody? I think it's still going. We're doing it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. What does that mean to play us out? What does that mean to play us out? Yes, the rule of Hawk has begun. The age of the cat is over. The time of the hawk has come. All right, so that worked. Sir Felix should be back. Should be back momentarily. But how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? As good as we can be? Life treating everybody good? Today wasn't terrible. It's the first day in a while it wasn't actually pretty terrible. It's Monday. Yeah, it is Monday. Spitball your ideas you guys having about the direction of the show. Yeah, well, today, Mondays usually suck. But for the direction of the show, I don't really know. Sir Felix and I had a couple ideas for what to do for a YouTube channel in general. Talk of Better Worlds came up as it was his idea for the name, which is a great fucking name. Sir Felix is having internet troubles at the moment. He says he's rebooting his router, so he'll be back soon, I guess. But the channel name was his idea. I will absolutely give him credit for that. It's a really good name. And we decided to make it a nerd channel where we talked about books and movies and games and just try to look at things through a more positive light. But that was also when times were a little bit better, and now shit is god awful, generally speaking. Another idea that we had was just for a straight up political channel, and I forget what we were going to call it, but the political channel would have been basically we do a live show for the most part, and we have people come on that have opposite opinions of us, because him and I are pretty uniform in what we believe for the most part. And we wanted to talk to people who don't believe what we believe so we could have a civil conversation with them, see what they have to say, and refute them when they're spewing bullshit, and try to keep it as calm as possible. And that's because, what do you think losers like Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker always get more traction? I don't know, man. I think money is always a big part of it. Like, if you have money and you get into YouTube, you could pay for shit. You could bot your channel, and then it automatically like gets caught up by the algorithm, and then organic viewers start to come in, and you could stop botting. You could do it that way. But I think they also just ride the algorithms. And hate and sex always sell better than, really anything else. And Nerdrotic in particular, Critical Drinker too, all they do is bitch about shit. They just bitch about shit, which I guess we bitch about a lot of shit too, but they bitch about shit that has a huge base behind it. A huge base behind it. And I think it's just really easy to grift these right-wingers. Which is, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a religious person, but I've often thought about doing the church grift because there's real money there. But I'm too honest. I'm not going to do it. But do you know the Manosphere? Oh, yeah. Like Fresh and Fit. I fucking hate Fresh and Fit, dude. They're disgusting. Everybody on that show is vile, in my opinion. But then also you got like Tate and shit like that. You think that intersects with the Nerdrotic audience? 100%. 100%. The pipeline to that area, like the right-wing pipeline on YouTube, is crazy, and it starts in the weirdest places. Have you seen shit about that, Sir Felix? The right-wing pipeline, how easy it is to get put down into the Manosphere and shit like that?
Like, just be a pedophile? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, to become a pedophile on YouTube. No, like, you have these, like, you'll go through YouTube Shorts, all right? And you could start a fresh account, fresh email, fresh everything. Go on YouTube Shorts, and in, like, an hour, you'll wind up getting AI Christian shit. That's the first thing you'll get. Oh. And then, because it's like a fucking plague on YouTube, dude. AI Jesus and AI Christian Bible shit. So you'll get that first. And then because the algorithm noticed you got that, you stayed on it for more than like a second by chance, then it'll feed you stuff like Andrew Tate. It'll feed you stuff like Nerdrotic, like Carlitos mentioned here, the Critical Drinker, who Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker are reviewer nerd type peoples. I mean, it's in the name for one of them. But they're definitely right-wing, and then you go watch them, and then the algorithm will feed you further and further right-wing shit, more and more heavy right-wing shit, until you're in the pedo pipeline. Like, you're full bore going down the right wing, becoming a Nazi pipeline, and you end up on, like, a skinhead website or some shit. It's a real problem.
Nice. Yeah, no, I haven't experienced that. I mean, when I go on Shorts, I have a couple people who come up, and when I get someone I don't care about or some content I don't care about, I stop watching Shorts just instantly.
I try. I get sucked into the loop, dude, and I fucking hate it. I really do hate it. Like, and I get fed a lot of right-wing stuff because I do watch a lot of right-wingers. I watch a lot of everything because YouTube is my TV. But I do watch a lot of right-wingers, so it's like comedy and rage fuel for me. I watch them just to get mad sometimes, but I also like to see what the enemy is saying. You know what I mean? Know your enemy in that.
Yeah. I mean, I read articles on people. I don't ever go watch their stuff because I can't bring myself to do it. Yeah. I don't want to get like nuked off YouTube for telling people facts that hurt their feelings.
Yeah, like my personal channel. I'm surprised I haven't been fucking permabanned. I'm legit surprised with my personal YouTube channel. I drop the R word. I am indiscriminate in my hatred towards these people, and I often get the 24-hour ban, and they're always like, "Oh, you do this again, you're going to be permanently banned. You can't comment forever." And it hasn't happened yet, so
Yeah. One day.
yeah, probably. I'll just make a new channel. But yeah, Carlitos asked about what we planned on doing with the channel. I was talking about how we wanted to do that political channel where we talk to people who believed in different shit from us and tried to stay civil with it. I still think that'd be a good idea. And shit, it might gain more traction than this.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, because we never originally planned to make this channel political. It just ended up happening.
Yeah.
Because too much stuff to not talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to make that like a second channel, like wanted to do a couple second channels later on, like do a political one, do a music one, what else there is. But like this one was basically just going to be just complete nerd stuff, talk about like sci-fi and anime, comics, video games, stuff like that.
Dude, remember when I was scared to do that Star Trek video that I did? Because like it was almost a little too political. Anyone watching, Carlitos, whoever, it's an early video, and our videos still aren't like as good as they can be because we're still learning shit, you know. I know we can make like high quality shit. I know it's in us. We just have to figure this shit out first. But I suggest watching that video. It's the Star Trek video. I think it's the only Star Trek video that we've done on it. Did you do a Star Trek video at all?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's my personal stuff, or it's on this channel. Yeah, it's on this channel. I talk about it was a Juneteenth episode, or a Juneteenth video, because it was for Juneteenth. It was happening around that period, and I talked about social commentary in Star Trek, specifically an episode of DS9, and I put a lot of work into that video. It's not great. It's kind of shit. But I actually did more work for that video than I do for a lot of them. And I remember I was scared to do that because it was the first like kind of political thing we put on here, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We could do that angle where we just go like bring politics into nerd shit, but just in the opposite direction of these pieces of shit like Nerdrotic.
Yeah. Yeah, we could easily do that. Because I mean, I wanted to do a fascist list.
Oh yeah, where you like games where we fight fascists.
Yeah, which that was inspired by Tales of Grace's F. Because for a short time, you're going against a fascist empire until he just completely turns on his empire too and tries to take over the world on his own.
Well, I don't consider that video abandoned. We could still make that. I want to make that video. Like do a joint video for that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's every YouTube channel winds up going through a couple transformations before they really kick off, I think. And we're not going to radically, like, we're not going to leave. We're not going to depart from what our original aim was, which was pretty loose to begin with. But I think we could do with some soul searching effectively.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think you're stable now.
Yeah, I should be. Reset it, and it seemed like it worked out.
Okay. So, with destruction to serve the rich, where did you want to go with this one?
It was basically taking off that last news story I had up with all the things that Doge is going through and cutting out. Like all these, like some are beneficial programs. Like there's some very beneficial programs in there that are being gutted. We're also going to further gut the Department of Education. We're going to gut all these things. Doge is over here saying, oh yeah, we've saved the country. It was like $200 billion or something stupid like that. When in reality, we've saved jack. Like we're going to possibly not have to spend money, but we're not getting money back. You have these idiots going online saying like, oh, because Doge is doing such a great job, we're all going to get $5,000 checks. And it's like, well, one, you are stupid. You are stupid beyond stupid for thinking that. If anybody's going to get any money, it's not you. It's not somebody who's not already a billionaire. Because look at who's cutting the money. And look who's making the most money off the government every day. $8 million a day.
God, dude.
Off all his many subsidies, because he is what everybody calls the welfare queen.
He is a welfare queen, actually. Is that accounting for the giant fucking contract that he just got for Tesla? Or is that not even accounting for that?
No, that one isn't. The Cybertruck thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one isn't confirmed yet. Like they originally it said it was going to be Tesla, and they took off where it said Tesla and tried to leave it just vague, even though everybody knows it is a armored electric vehicle that is mass produced.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't.
It's a truck that can't even drive through the snow. It gets stuck in the snow.
Oh,
like
man.
Worse than my car does. I drive a Hyundai Accent, a little tiny car. My car does better in the snow than a Cybertruck.
Absolutely. Both of our cars do better than a Cybertruck, dude.
And also, if mine isn't going to chop off my thumb because I got it in the trunk, my trunk's just not going to close all the way. It's not going to force itself to just like cut off a limb.
Well, and when was the last time you had water from the rain leak into your trunk?
No, all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, no, it's a common feature in vehicles. That's why the Tesla has it, you know? And Carlitos mentioned this. I don't know if you saw this. You're going to be real fucking mad about this if you haven't. James Bond, the IP, was bought by the Bezos demon.
Are you serious?
Yep. Amazon owns Bond. Cyberstuck. Yeah, no, I knew that. So I assume you did not know this. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sure
she sold her father's like biggest IP to like Lex Luthor.
Yep. We're sorry to break the news, man.
Dude, that is dumb. That is.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be written the same quality as the Lord of the Rings show they made.
We don't talk.
I mean, they're going to go back to the days of where James Bond, according to like most women, he is just a sexist pig. We started to get away from that. Like, I was kind of proud of that. Yeah, he still had like his Bond girl, but he didn't seem as like such a just sleazy dude. Yeah. We're going to go right back to that. And it's probably going to show Bezos is going to be in there every day, like in every movie, with his shirt off, taking some like pool picture, because that's what he does on like Instagram and stuff. Look at me. I'm old and I'm shirtless.
Dude, what if he makes himself Bond? I could absolutely see that. Yeah. Bezos becomes Bond. That's when you know we're in the worst timeline. That is the confirmation of the worst timeline right there.
Yeah, the UK lost all rights to its icon. Yeah, it was like the biggest like British movie icon.
Yeah. Like
just media icon. It's James Bond. Like America had Ethan Hunt, Mission Impossible.
Yep.
I mean, all the UK has is Harry Potter, but that's WB, which is a American company. So they didn't even have that.
Yep. It's a shame, dude.
God, dude.
Oh
yeah, Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who.
Until that cup's bought up too.
Yeah, someone's gonna Bezos will buy that shit up too, or Muck will buy it up. Or McDonald's, or maybe Disney. One of them will buy it up next. Who knows?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Disney tried.
You know what though? I gotta say, we talked about this before. I am excited for the corporate wars. I am excited to join I'm excited to be drafted into the McDonald's army to fight Burger King. And also it'll be fun to be drafted into the Disney army to fight Amazon. I mean, don't you think that sounds like fun?
Yeah. That'll be great.
It's going to be good
I'm going to fight for the king. Burger King.
King? Oh, the Burger King. Oh, the Burger King. Oh, I mean, well, it depends on who swoops us up, man. We're probably going to be drafted into the same army. I mean, I hope so. But
yeah, I mean, maybe we'll get lucky and it's going to be Spacer's Choice.
I mean, you've tried the rest. You've had the rest. Now try them. Best?
No,
Or
you've had the best. Now try the rest.
Yeah,
Spacer's choice.
I'm fired. I don't know the slogan well enough. I'm sorry. I gotta work.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to wear the moon mask.
Yeah, I with that moon mask, dude. It gives me meaning. But aren't you excited for the corporate wars?
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh man.
Yeah, this planet's just gone. Like this country has gone to shit, and sadly it affects the whole world.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's both good and bad to being as like globalist. I know that's a scary word to some people.
It's the globalist.
It's the globalist. It's a globalist socialist agenda. Oh, they. The Bilderbergs. They're making the frogs gay. But there is good and bad to being like as globalist as we are today. The good is that we're more interconnected than we've ever been before. Like just everybody. I mean, like we could have people from all across the world watching this YouTube channel for whatever reason. We could just like text a phone number and put a code in front of it and wind up talking to someone from anywhere on the planet. Feel a sudden compulsion to buy supplements. Yes, buy those bone broth. But the bad side is that if one of these countries goes to shit, everyone else feels it. And since the international standard reserve currency is the US dollar at this point, if we tank, the rest of the world is absolutely fucked. So it will bring down the rest of the world with us, and that sucks.
Yep. Well, what is interesting, I don't know if this is true. It was a Twitter post, so it could just be complete other nonsense, like happens to be with Twitter. Someone was saying that European nations are currently in talks for NATO to replace the U.S. with Ukraine and basically go full in against Russia, which that would just be World War III. Because currently we have a Russian simp who wears a diaper sitting in the White House, and he will directly just call to go to war. Like he will call for war against them. He will join Russia.
Well, yeah. I mean, like if I don't think that'll happen. I don't think any of that'll happen. But if Europe, the EU, decides to join the Ukraine war and actually send soldiers to go fight Russia, they're nuked off the planet. I mean, like, I don't like how powerful we are, but like people who do this for a living have run through the numbers. Nobody beats us. Nobody beats us. So if it comes down to a hot war, nobody.
Hold on. Ask Pete Hegseth, because he decided to say on global TV that Russia can defeat us easily, especially in the water. Just wipe us off face of the earth.
Dude, with their fucking ships that are falling apart.
Yep.
What is this? Carlitos has been looking at the male labor participation rates in the U.S. and the numbers are bleak. Usually when they start a problem. Yeah, dude. And that's the other part too, is the economy is tanked. Like the economy just keeps going down. I don't care. I don't fucking care how many jobs are created when those jobs aren't occupied. And
currently we're down thousands of jobs because Trump is going through and like literally cutting jobs, real jobs who are affecting people. And then you have these douchebags going on to like TikTok and stuff, making their videos of like, oh, I just lost my job. I worked for this company or I worked for this organization and we were trying to make the wheels go round. Like some just douchebags trying to like troll these people who really legitimately lost their jobs. They might have had to move to a different state to get this job, to work for this organization who is part of the government. And now you're going to laugh because they lost their job. Their life is over. And you know what's funny? A lot of them were Republicans too. They lost their job. You're laughing at your own people. That's how stupid you are.
Yep. Well,
just blatantly ignorant.
I don't know if I mentioned this before on the show. I might have mentioned it to you before that. Do you know who's most affected by DEI practices?
Us, everyone.
No, white women are higher.
Oh yeah, women are a huge part of that. Like that's one thing that they're not trying to be as vocal about is if you do not have like a rooster and a pair of balls between your legs, you are part of DEI and you don't deserve anything. Like, you are just complete trash. That you're lower than low.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of like conservative white women are losing their jobs and realizing, oh shit, the leopards ate my face. And it's in a way, it's kind of funny, but it still sucks. Like, I don't want to see this. This is my country. This is your country. I'm not like a nationalist. I am a globalist. I want us to be one country. That'd be dope as hell. But like, borders shouldn't exist. Nobody can be illegal. Like, fuck you if you think people can be illegal, first of all. But it is kind of funny to see these people who voted for this shit and were rah anti-DEI getting cake thrown in their face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Carlitos is not my country. You could bask in the Schadenfreude. Yeah. Respectfully. Fuck you on the horse you rode in on. Respectfully. We get it. I mean, we I don't know. I love, and I know you feel the same way, Sir Felix. Like, I love what this country could be. And
well, we should be.
Yeah, we should be.
We should be the land of the free, where everybody's welcome. Everybody can move forward. The dream that the immigrants had back in the old days, like the 20s and 30s and stuff, that America was this great shining place that people could go to, get a better future. It didn't matter where you came from. You could be something great here. And we had that potential, but yet we have all these just morons who don't want that. We have the Democratic and Republican parties who neither of them want that. They want to keep you down.
Yeah.
They don't want to succeed. And then when we have a choice to actually get someone good, nope, we got to destroy that.
Well, yeah, it's because, like Bernie said, it's not going to be fixed in DC. It's not.
Nope. It's got to be fixed from the outside.
The system is broken. You cannot fix a broken system from within said system, period. And it sucks because we should be. I mean, yeah, our history is fucking bleak. Like, we have done some nasty shit as a country. Historically speaking, I mean, we genocided an entire, like, we had genocided entire like nations of people, not even just on U.S. soil, but in South America, on the islands, in Central America, over in Southeast Asia, in Asia in general, in Africa. Like, we have been horrific, but there is an opportunity for us to be that actual place where we can become a nation that anyone can come to, because we were founded on the idea that anyone can come to us, at least in theory, even though it's not practically true in most cases. But today it can be a possibility where anybody can come here and anybody can do whatever they want and can get away from whatever they want and be treated as an equal. That's more possible today than it's ever been in our history, and we fucking squander it. Every chance we get, we piss all over it.
Yep. Yes, I mean, I don't think it was ever like settled. I don't think Obama did it when he should have, and I know Biden didn't do it because he didn't do really anything that was super beneficial. He gave us some crumbs, but interracial marriage, make it to where it's completely solid. Trump could go through and have his like Nazi team come through and be like, nope, you can't have interracial marriage, don't exist anymore.
Yep. Just like no fault divorce, which is probably going to not be a thing at some point.
Yep. Gay marriage.
Yeah. I mean, we lost fucking abortion. Like, what's next?
Yep.
And it's because the Democrats sat on their fucking asses the entire time.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Biden's first, 2 years, he had all three things just like Trump has now.
Yeah.
He could have made things happen.
He had a mandate. That's what they call it. I mean, people don't use that word anymore. I've seen people are saying it with Trump again, like Trump has a mandate. Well,
yeah, because the Republicans started saying it. They like the second the election started, oh, it's a mandate. It's a mandate. Like, homie, you have to have a majority of all votes. When more people voted for other people who weren't you, that is not a mandate. You are less than 50%. There is no mandate involved in this. Yeah, you won the popular vote, but that is just between two parties, not considering the other people voted for, which again are not you. They did not vote for an overgrown old man toddler who just basically shits in his diaper all day. No, We didn't vote for that.
Poopy diaper man.
Yeah, going to go golfing for 17.8% of your first month in office. That's how much time he spent golfing.
Yeah, and Carlitos mentioned the telling Democrats to do nothing. James Carville told them to do nothing. Yeah, they're not going to do anything. I said to you, Sir Felix, at work today, Trump winning is a win for the Democratic Party. It is a win. It is an absolute fucking win for the Democratic Party, because the people of this country who are left leaning, okay, which if you ask people without the buzzwords, the majority of this country believes in leftist ideals, okay? The like hard fucking majority of this country believes in leftist ideals. The majority of the voting base for the Democratic Party was demanding higher wages, a living wage, better living conditions, social health care, social college, forgiveness of college debt, a bunch of shit that would have been really, really good for everybody in this country. And the Dems can't have that. No. We can't fucking do that, because that means the corporations lose. That means that we can't keep exploiting you and keep our heel on your fucking throat. So they needed Trump to win. So they had new bullshit to divert us with, to basically say, oh, I know you want better health care and I know you want better wages, but Trump bad. So look over here, jazz hands. Like fucking that's what they're doing. And this is a pure win for the Democratic Party in all the wrong fucking ways. And like 2% of the population sees that, and it's infuriating.
Yeah. Well, one of the stories I was going to bring up, I didn't get a chance to read the article. I forgot to pull it up in like at the beginning, but Trump came out and said a couple days ago, soon there will no longer be blue states. Something big is going to happen.
What does that mean, dude?
Oh no, I take that as he's trying to kill everybody who's not voting for him. Or, I mean, it could be part of his plan of everybody's going to Guantanamo, because he thinks everybody in this country can fit into one. Like, it's large, but it's still overall a tiny prison.
Well, dude, they'll just make internment camps in the States. Like, I mean, if it gets to that point, though, it's war. Like, that's war. That's like, people are going to resist that. Not everybody, but like people will openly and with hostilities resist that shit, because that will not fly in this country. I mean, I said it before, that Trump's ratings are going to start to fucking plummet, and it's happening now. It's starting to happen. All these dipshits who voted for him and had no idea what anything is about are starting to turn on him. And if he pushes too far, if his corpo buddies push too far, if any of these scum push too far, people are going to push back, especially when they can't fucking afford to eat. Can send U.S. citizens to Nicaragua now? Oh boy. Yeah. Let's go on a trip. That sounds fun.
He's trying to find, like, basically he wants to take his enemies, and this is including people in the media. That was the people he first started threatening that with, is people who speak against him in the media, to basically ship all of us off to other countries, lock us up in their prisons, and we're just going to be forgotten about at that point. That's his goal. Displace everybody, and we're good. Then we can just have our straight up Nazi Germany country, which is what they want.
Well, and again, I know I'm beating a dead horse here. I know this is beating a dead horse, but this is your weekly reminder of the National Defense Revision of 2013 under Barack Obama, with the removal of habeas corpus and posse comitatus, which make Trump doing this 100% legal under the U.S. code. Okay? Does that mean I agree with it? Fuck no, I don't. But the fact is that was a Democrat that paved the road that Trump has walked down.
A Democrat people still praise. I mean, he did some okay things, but he did a lot of nothing too. And then a bunch of bad stuff, way more bad stuff than good. But for some reason, and I was listening to someone else talk about this today. They were talking about how presidents will be remembered for the bad thing they did. But yet we don't, he forgot to mention the fact that we don't look at Obama for the bad things he did. We just don't. Where people are going to forget about the bad things, like the whole funding a genocide that Biden did. They're going to forget about that one day. And they're just going to focus on the fact that he's not Trump.
Yep.
We don't, like, when it comes to Nixon, we focus on just the bad thing he did. We just focus on Watergate. Do we focus on anything good that he did? Because, he was trash, but he did a couple good things. couple of like possibly amazing things. He ended the draft. He made it to where you sign up on your own if you want to. It's all voluntary. That was Nixon. That was a piece of trash. He did that for us.
Yeah.
Like, he did good things, but yet even me, I consider him to be trash because he did the whole Watergate thing. But I'll admit he did good things. And when it comes to Obama, he did some okay things. I don't think he did anything great. But I still think that he is a genocidal maniac. Not to the extent of Biden, but he is like one of the drone kings of the world.
Yeah.
Like him and Trump. That's like it was a big battle going on still. Trump wants to beat him. That's why he's in for another term. He has to send more drones.
Yeah, I want to look at the numbers and see who killed more people between Obama and Bush, Bush Jr., because I'm pretty sure it's Bush still, but Obama probably killed more with drones. But all these presidents are remembered for either the good thing or the bad thing that they did, and there is always something that they did that's opposite of the thing that they're remembered for. But then you also have like something like with Obama, where he's probably mostly remembered for Obamacare, and that's why a lot of people look fondly back on him. Obamacare was written by fucking Mitt Romney, dude. It's not even his bill. It's a Republican bill.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even a Democratic piece of legislation. But he's remembered for that. It's just
only because the right started trying to make it sound bad by calling it Obamacare. It's the Affordable Care Act. Yeah, Obama had nothing to do with it. He was just in office.
A crazy Mormon, I think, had something to do with it.
Yeah.
But no, they will always be remembered for one thing. And people like it. Okay, I've been diving more into 9/11 stuff again lately for the first time in 24 years. Because I think it's time to reflect back on that day and analyze what happened, because we both lived through it. We both remember it, and I want to look back and find more info on it and look at more stuff around it. But while looking back on that, when I saw Bush doing his speech, this is crazy. I felt okay with Bush in that moment, because I remember that feeling at that time. I remember the unity that we had at that time because of the attack, and that unity, I think, paints Bush in a better light for most people than he deserves by far. But it's also kind of concerning that even we can get swept up in that. What is this? Oh, the Gulf of... Oh, it's still the Gulf of Mexico.
MapQuest!
So use MapQuest instead of Google Earth from now on.
Yeah, don't use Google. Don't use Apple Maps, because they both simp to them because, they have to slurp out the diaper. I mean, both their heads were at his inauguration, so it's not surprising.
Yeah, all the fucking rich people in that inauguration, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, Musk was like just stoned out of his mind on ketamine, and yet people see him like looking around the room all weird, like, and it's like, oh, he's just autistic and he's calculating things.
No, that's not autism, dude. That's not autism. Like, people with autism can be fucking weird. That's kind of part of the deal. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's not autism.
Let me get my crystal meth. Oh, I'm just autistic.
Yeah, my heart goes out to you. I think I am fucking in a position where I could speak on this, having just recently figured out that I have autism. I think, being diagnosed, I think that people with autism are generally kind of fucking weird. It's true. I'm fucking weird. I don't understand a lot of shit. I'm not great in social context. But I'm not sitting there like looking around like Hillary Clinton in that one like defective speech she did. Remember that? There's a gif of her like looking around in circles, like she's like that's not autism, dude. Autism doesn't make you Sig Heil after a fucking speech.
Talk about this Sig Heil. Then we had the CPAC the other day. That was where the whole Christy Nome thing came from. That's what I was trying to say when it decided to cut out on me 10 times. Yeah. We also had Steve Bannon there, and he did his salute. Yeah, there was another guy there who did it again, like did it as well. They're basically just being blatant, like, hey, if you're part of our party, you are now a honorary Nazi.
Yeah. Yeah, and Steve Bannon was just open about it, but Steve Bannon is like the scum of the scum, dude.
Yeah.
He is terrible. Oh my god, dude. He's so fucking bad. I did see him do that though, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even surprised. Like, it's Steve Bannon. Are we really shocked?
Yeah. No, not at all.
Oh my god.
Not at all. I'm waiting for Cucker Tarlson to do it too.
Cucker, yeah. He'll come out. Hey guys, say Kyle, huh? I'm doing more Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, he's gonna go out there with Kanye. They're gonna talk about how Hitler was so great.
With like that zip up hood and shit too, just like Alex Jones. Yeah. Oh my god. What the fuck are we doing, dude?
I don't know. We're losing our minds because we're just watching the most. It's a play that they've been trying to do for years. They rewrote it a little bit, tweaked it, changed its name, and now they're throwing it at us. And they're like they were honest about it right after the election. Like all these stupid right wing internet commentary people, basically coming out and being like, Project 2025 is the plan, and we're seeing that. Like it legitimately is. Their tax plan is straight out of Project 2025. All these moves they're doing, they just have, the South African Nazi putting all these things through. We have to dismantle all these things because it doesn't serve the Fuhrer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was what Nick Fuentes, I think, came out right afterwards. He was like, it's always been the plan. It's always been the plan. I'm going to go pick more boogers and suck another dick, but it's always been the plan. Then Matt Walsh and his stupid face. I don't like his lips, dude. He looks fucking weird. I know.
I don't like his anything.
No, I hate him. But like Carlitos mentioned Tucker Carlson in the Russian supermarket. Yeah, that was just 100% fucking blowjob for Putin.
Fresh bread. They have fresh bread. We can't get this anywhere.
I mean, well, he's kind of not wrong at this point. But
I mean, I go down to like a grocery store and like one of the two big ones, Weiss or Giant, they'll have it.
Yeah, they'll have one loaf that stays good for 12 years for some reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah, our food is destroyed. It's terrible. Like that was honestly the only thing I kind of had some bit of hope for with RFK Jr. The fact that he's going to do so much bad, but he could fix our food.
Like
he won't.
Preservatives and shit.
Yeah, he won't. He's just going to make things worse, but he could fix food.
Dude, he is a fucking psychopath, man. There's something off about that guy.
I don't know what you're talking about. I killed a bear.
Is that insensitive? Did we just do an ableism? Did we just do that?
I don't care. I mean, I think whatever it is from him doing drugs for so long, smoking so much meth that it just destroyed his throat, and now he's saying it's some medical issue.
Who knows? Who knows with these fucking people? Yeah, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, brainworms.
Brainworms, yeah. It's the woke mind virus. Oh, the woke mind virus, as Musk says.
Yeah.
You ever see that interview about his? I forget. Like, did he have a daughter that transitioned into a son, or did he have a son?
Other way around?
So
his son is now a daughter, so he no longer has a son. The woke mind virus stole his son from him.
It's the woke mind virus. It's the woke mind virus, guys.
Yeah, Father of the Year too. While he was at CPAC or whatever, his baby mama was trying to call him because their child was having a medical emergency. But yeah, he's up on stage with that one dictator from the other country waving the chainsaw around because he's going to cut through all this nonsense. And it's like, dude, what is wrong with you? But I'm going to neglect my son because I'm trash. And I only carry one son around with me because he's a human shield. Because one billionaire got killed, so I'm going to carry him around my head so I can't die.
Dude, you really fucking think that's going to stop somebody? I'm sorry. Like, do you really think having a child attached to your head is going to stop someone from pulling the trigger in that context, man?
Yeah. Oh, she filed for sole custody.
Good.
Yeah. What's funny is Musk also went onto Twitter and tried to hide her messages so people couldn't see it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he did Twitter God mode and tried to lower her visibility.
He's pathetic, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's the same guy who comes out there and is like, I believe in free speech. Don't talk about me. That hurts my feelings. But I'm the richest and smartest guy on earth. But don't be mean to me.
He fucking paid for some Chinese dude to put him to the top of the leaderboards in Path of Exile. Who the fuck does that, dude? Who does
paid
that?
someone to get up. Same thing on Diablo 4.
Yeah. And they did figure out it was someone in China. I forget. I think because when he was supposed to be playing, the account that was playing was in all Chinese. And it was like, why the fuck would Musk be playing in Chinese? That just he barely knows English. Why would he play in Chinese? DMs are hilarious. He tells her only the paranoid survive, terrified of being
Luigi.
What? Luigi. So please don't put my name in the birth certificate. Oh my god. Well, good. I hope he's fucking scared. He should be scared. They should all be scared.
Yeah,
they should all be
can't
scared.
Corrupt with your money and think that you're just fine. Nothing's ever going to happen to you. Something's going to happen to you eventually. Even though now his personal security is, I think they were now honorary marshals. Like they had to be sworn in, all this stuff.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. No, here's the thing, man. When we decide to go French, let's say, nobody's safe. None of them are safe. And they should be scared. And I think a lot of them know it's coming. I mean, we had that one guy go on CNN and like just openly said, like, yeah, there's gonna be a revolution. It's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah. They're calling for it. They are begging for it. But also, Trump wants that. Like that, or it's not even Trump. I keep saying it's Trump, but he has nothing to do with it. He's just taking orders from that stupid bald dude who stands behind him, like the guy who looks like he's a vampire.
Yeah.
Like he Nosferatu. He just stands back there. It's all him because he's a horrible racist piece of trash. And he wants that because he knows the second this happens, second anybody tries to rise up, we're on lockdown. Where the military is going to come in and they're going to be able to open fire. That is their whole goal. Well, and then we just have a military.
I mean, and that's the other part. How many of our soldiers are going to be willing to actually kill civilians?
Yeah, it's going to come down to ICE because we know they're a bunch of racists. It just comes out constantly that their whole organization is nothing but hardcore Klansmen, essentially. Just Nazis and Klansmen. So they're down for it. If you don't think the same way I do, you deserve to be shot. And that's what they want to do. Well, like even the head, that stupid old man, orders are. That's what he's calling for too. To kill anybody who gets in the way.
The scary part is that, like, I would bet most of our actual, like, Army, Marines, those guys would not side with the Fed in this situation. But that sounds better than it actually is because most alphabet agencies in this country have their own small armies. Do you remember Cliven Bundy? I think that's his name, with the Bundy Ranch.
Yeah.
Like 10, 15 years ago, where there was a standoff with feds on this ranch over land ownership. Like it was a dispute. And the reasons the guy was doing it are pretty stupid. He's a right-winger, but in principle, I could kind of understand why he was doing it. But this is a standoff with military personnel that were not part of the Army or the Marines or the Air Force or the Navy. I believe, if I remember right, they were green-clad goons that were part of the DHS, Department of Homeland Security. And they and a lot of other ones have their own small armies. And I guarantee you they would be willing to pull the trigger on people.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like there's some people who work for the DHS who would be against it.
Yeah.
Like they would stand up for what's right. But all it's going to happen is the person next to them is going to point the gun at them and pull the trigger instantly. The second they say they're not going to do it, they're dead.
Yep. It's going to be chaos, dude.
I mean, that's why Trump got rid of the 4-star general, not just because he's black, but because he's not going to bow down to Trump's every whim. So when it's called upon the military to start killing civilians, he wants people who are going to say, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Yep. It's a military purge. You see that in every dictatorship, really. It happens every time through any dictatorship where they purge anybody high up who disagrees with them. And I think there is comfort in something, though. Sorry if you could hear my cat scratching. There is comfort in knowing something that throughout history, anytime shit like this has happened, where a crazy, limp dick, insecure piece of shit has taken power over a democracy, okay, even if we play at democracy, anytime one of these people has come up, they always fall. Always. Without fail. And 99% of the time, it's their own people that topple them. Sometimes it's external forces, like us with Hitler, you know? But even if we didn't do that with him, his own people would have turned on him at some point. And it's inevitable. And they always fail. So this will fall apart at some point. And probably pretty fucking soon, because the harder it goes, the faster it falls apart. And we're going pretty damn hard.
Yeah, we're just going full force. Because it's a mandate. So why wouldn't we go full force?
Yeah. So things are going to rapidly change, I would say. This is going to be a fucking wild 4 years. Actually, it's going to be a wild, 10 years, I'll say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm still also curious because now there's more organizations. There's another organization who is, their whole goal is just to rewrite the Constitution, at least get rid of the 22nd Amendment? The one that limits presidential terms.
I think that's
I believe it's the 22nd. And they use Trump's picture as Caesar, as their icon.
So
yeah, Caesar of all people. That was genius. That was brilliant.
So they want a dictator. They're just calling for a dictator.
Yeah.
But the shitty part is it's not even the classical sense of the word dictator.
No, this time it's just a dick.
I mean, a dictator in Rome, in Roman shit, when the early republic, a dictator was not what we think of a dictator today. I mean, they had kind of full power, but they still had checks and balances against them. But that word got bastardized because of mostly Mussolini, really. That's where it really kicked off. Because basically all of our fucking woes kicked off with Mussolini at this point. He invented fascism, so I think we could pin a lot of this shit back at that point. But yeah, so they're just basically calling for a fucking dictator, which is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful. And it's all just to help fund him, mainly fund Trump for some reason, because we need this guy to have more money. We need him to have money, period, for some reason. He won't pay his bills, but he needs money. We also found out that one of Trump's biggest donors owes $7 billion in back taxes. The IRS called that one out. So, those IRS people are going to get pulled out back and shot. Yeah.
Disappeared.
Yeah, they're going to vanish. They're going to be told, their coworkers will be told, oh yeah, they were let go, or, family medical reasons, they had to move back across country, when really they're in a ditch somewhere a few miles away.
Again, 2013 National Defense Authorization Act. We could thank Obama for that one.
Yep.
We could thank, also that means that you do not have a sentencing, by the way. So when the army comes in and literally puts a black bag over your head and zip ties your hands behind your back in the middle of the night and escorts you to the back of a fucking van, which, by the way, we saw in practice in the George Floyd protests. I don't know if anyone fucking remembers that. We saw this fucking happen at the George
Isn't it
Floyd
funny how that just got brushed away after about a couple days of talking about it? Yeah.
Oh, just fucking forgotten. Fucking dudes pulled up in a gold soccer mom minivan, got out in full ATAC shit, camo, full ass assault rifles, and just pulled someone in. Didn't say anything, just grabbed the dude and fucking put him in the vehicle. But when they do this, you don't get a fucking trial because of this act. You don't get a trial at all because you don't have rights. So you're just thrown in a cell and you die.
Yep. Fun times.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great call. Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, we're fucked.
Yep. Gotta love it. Got to love it.
But while you're fucked, you may as well have a good time distracting yourself with the movie that we watched today.
Yeah.
Carlitos, yeah, we're on the same page. Since we're all fucked, let's have fun distracting ourselves with a movie. Give me a second here. I'm going to present something. Oh, damn it. All right. Let's pull. We're going to get trippy for a second here, so I apologize because I'm lazy. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Okay. Is it zoomed in enough?
I'd zoom in a little bit more.
How do I do that again?
It's the bubbles at the top, right?
Oh, yeah. Is that good?
Yep.
Okay. So I watched it today. I think you watched it last week at some point.
Yeah.
Godzilla -1. Before I get into this, what did you think about this movie? I want to hear your thoughts.
Oh, this movie is absolutely amazing. I went into it, like I heard it was great, but again, I don't trust 99% of reviews, so I kind of was like skeptical about it. Mm-hmm. And maybe about 10 minutes in, I was like, this is really well shot. Like it's the cinematography of it is great. And then I saw Godzilla and I was like, oh, I'm not like cringing at how bad the CG is. Mm-hmm. And then I saw the budget and I was like, oh my God, they did a movie right the way a movie should be done. It shouldn't be paying someone like $87 million to do a role that they're in for like maybe 45 minutes. Oh, but yeah, like everything's great. The cast was phenomenal. The premise was great. It went back to the good old days of Godzilla. I like the whole like monster versus like kaiju battle nonsense, but I loved the old Godzilla where it was terrifying. It is a terrifying beast destroying the city and like interrupting lives. And it has like the whole historical World War II nuclear stuff going on. It was beautiful. The whole story behind the main guy too, how he was a kamikaze pilot that ends up, not being able to go through with it. He doesn't want to die. Like, I appreciated that. He's someone who, and like, if that happened, like if you worked for Trump and you didn't want to kill yourself, then you're going to be killed. Like they're going to kill you for, like, do it for you. But he didn't do it. And then like he froze up later, which is kind of scary. But yeah, no, this movie is fantastic. Like this movie is absolutely fantastic. It is a solid 10 for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not often that I see a movie that I think like halfway through is like, oh yeah, this is a 10, but this was 100% a 10 out of 10 for me. It is a perfect fucking movie. There's really nothing I could say about it that I had a problem with or didn't like. The one thing that I was like a little iffy on is just a personal preference thing. And that's like Japanese movies like this tend to kind of be overacted sometimes. But that's just a personal preference thing. This movie is perfect. And it was $15 million, I believe, for the budget. And it really taps into what Godzilla was about from the start, which is Japan going through therapy over World War II and the nuclear bombs, effectively. That's what Godzilla is. It's always been a way for Japan to kind of capture and basically cope with this fucking horrific event that happened to their nation. And you got to think about it from the Japanese perspective, where like they were imperialists coming off of literally being in like the Middle Ages. They fast forwarded a couple hundred years in the matter of like 100. If that, they were on fast forward mode. They became imperialists and they thought the world was theirs. So they expanded everywhere, went to war with everybody. And this was even before World War II. And then World War II kicks off and America steps in. And we and our allies kick the shit out of them and push them all the way back to their island chain. Okay. And a lot of people died because of how they fought, because of their tactics and their philosophy on war and their imperialist mindset and the value of life over or under the value of the nation itself, their nationalism. They lost a horrific amount of people. And then at the end of it, we nuked them twice. This is the only time in human history a nuclear bomb has ever been used. Okay. And I feel like people don't think about the gravity of that. Watch an entire city fucking vaporize. You know what I mean? So they had a lot of trauma they had to get over after World War II and a lot of rebuilding to do. And this movie, or the original Godzilla, was a way of trying to kind of display that and cope with it and capture that in a kaiju movie, which I think it was the first kaiju movie ever. Is that right?
I believe so.
Maybe. There might have been one before it, but it was their way of displaying this fear and this trauma and this monster that came from the sea.
1954.
It was the first one?
Yeah, it's considered the first, but technically it'd be King Kong with 1933. But
yeah,
I don't consider King Kong to be the same.
No, King Kong's something else, I think.
Yeah,
but Godzilla was about dealing with the fallout of this horrific war and the fear of having it happen again. And we lost that. I think there's been like over 50 Godzilla movies, like literally over 50 Godzilla movies.
Yeah, there's a ton.
There's so many. And over the years, that message was lost in Godzilla.
Yep.
And then you get to the point where we had, 3 movies that they made in the last 10 years, the American ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just became big monster destroy stuff movies with no meaning, no plot or anything. But
I mean the one with Ferris Bueller, it had a plot. I don't know what it was, but it had a plot.
Yeah, that one that's not Godzilla.
To me, the plot was, hey, we're going to team up with Taco Bell and sell some more tacos. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah, it was a Taco Bell commercial. Yeah. Oh, but this movie goes back to its roots. This movie is basically like the purest of sequels to the original Godzilla movie. Effectively a remake, I'd say, actually. It's a remake of Godzilla. It takes place in the late 40s and early to mid 50s, 1940s and 50s. And it deals with the same underlying causes and things that made the first movie. And it says it's a monster horror movie. This movie is a horror movie. It's genuinely kind of fucking creepy at some points. Did you get that?
Yeah.
It's creepy and it's scary. And I said this before we went on. I did not expect to watch a Godzilla movie and feel emotional at any point in it. But I did with this one because this is the first big kaiju monster movie that I think either of us have ever seen where the human characters are just as compelling as the monster.
What in God's name is happening on the screen right now?
I have no idea what this is. This is fucking wild. This is what Godzilla turned into.
Yeah, pretty much.
Big man Japan. That's probably worth watching. But no, this movie taps into what Godzilla was originally about. It is absolutely incredible. I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't think either of us should spoil anything. If for some unholy reason you haven't seen this movie, watch it. This is one you have to watch. And you said they're making a sequel too.
Yep, with a bigger budget.
Yeah, which is crazy. How is we talked about this. How does a movie with a $15 million budget have better CGI than Marvel movies?
Yeah. Yeah, and it half it's because we overpay our actors. Like I was looking up Robert Downey Jr. I love Robert Downey Jr. I mean, his acting is great. I love a lot of the movies he's in. However, he made it was what, 75 million for Iron Man 2, or was it 3?
I
think it was 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah, and then for the Avengers, he made 84 plus some extra money off of that. And then for playing Doctor Doom, he's reported to make $200 million for playing this role. And
That's
it's like,
wild.
why? Why? Why are we paying people so much? Again, they can also say like, oh yeah, well, we didn't want Trump to win. I don't care. You are still part of this problem because you're making all this stupid money. You're not doing the right things with it.
Yeah. Nobody with money does the right shit with it. I mean,
the uber rich end up turning into like Musk and Trump, where I'm pretty sure they both have done things to minors. As it is, Musk is now following Trump's 17-year-old niece on Twitter, and everybody assumed the same thing I did, which is like, oh, he's going to try to impregnate that. Probably before she turns 18.
That's gross, dude. That's fucking gross. And no, we know Trump fucked kids. Like, I don't care what legal ramifications there may or may not be. We know Trump fucked kids. He was best friends with Epstein.
Yeah, and Epstein basically, well, said everything but outright just confirming it. But he did the whole talking around the line thing where he's admitting, yes, he did it.
Yeah. No, he did it. 100% he fucking did it. He fucked kids. And I'm sure Musk does it too. But no, what sucks is that we have too many fucking Marvel movies that are talentless drivel with actors that are paid exorbitant, absurd amounts of money for what? Okay, for fucking deadpan roles half the time. They suck. They suck. Like, the older Marvel movies were pretty good. They were okay in like a fun popcorn entertainment way, but it sucks ass now, dude. And they get paid that amount of money when we could be taking that money, or whoever the hell is throwing this money out, whoever's investing, the studios, whatever, could take that money and give it to people like the people behind this film, okay, and make truly incredible shit that's powerful, you know?
Yeah.
But, and I said this at work to you, that there are very few things that I think should stay where they are with the people that they're with. I think James Bond should stay with the British. And I think that Godzilla as an IP should forever be exclusively in the hands of the Japanese, because this is something important to them and something that only they have been able to pull off.
Yeah. I still got to look into why Broccoli decided to sell the IP to Bezos. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. That sucks ass, man. Is Godzilla like an open IP? Can't anybody make a Godzilla movie?
I think so. I think it's hit the, what do they call that? Same thing that happened to Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it runs up.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I think we fucked it up. I mean, the last couple of Godzilla movies we made were trash. And this just, I'm still kind of blown away. And they also have this movie in black and white, exclusive black and white. It's called Godzilla -1 - Color, which is a fun name. And I'm definitely going to watch
domain.
that. Public domain. That's it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that. I think you said you're definitely going to watch that too.
Yeah.
But yeah. And they use the OG music from the original Godzilla movie.
Yep.
And Godzilla's design is way more in line with the original Godzilla. It looks kind of dopey a little bit the way he walks, but they still managed to make this dopey ass weird monster pretty scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that Godzilla's basically taking toddler baby steps.
Yeah.
It fits the body shape. It looks right.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it like in Godzilla vs. Kong, which movie was interesting to watch. I like a good fight movie, but he didn't move like Godzilla.
No. And I will say, with the American Godzilla movies, there was one shot that I think it still sticks with me. That was honestly incredible. It's when they do the halo jump over the city. Do you remember that? Yeah. And they're like falling through the clouds, and then the camera goes out, and you see the city in flames, engulfed in like smoke, and these like 10, 12 soldiers with the flares falling from the sky. That was an incredible shot. But this movie has a bunch of its own incredible shots, and the color correction on this is really good. Like, water is super blue, but it also almost has this like antique look to it color wise.
Yep.
It's everything about this movie. It's art, man. This movie was art. And the sound design. I can't not mention the sound design. Godzilla does his what is it called? The laser thing. What is that?
His atomic breath.
Atomic breath, yeah. The sound that makes is akin to the sound of Jango Fett's Jango Fett's like sonic bomb thing that he uses in Star Wars. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where the bomb comes out, audio cuts out, and then it's like it's like but it's just a satisfying sound. That's kind of what his atomic breath sounds like in this movie. It's perfect. Everything about this thing is perfect.
Yeah, the roar is also perfect too. It doesn't sound too cheesy. It doesn't sound like someone's basically just in a mic going.
Yeah, it's scary. It is a scary movie, dude. There are a couple, and like it's gripping, especially the final like battle, the final sequence. You know.
Yeah. They're going to be doing a season 2. I'm surprised it didn't get canceled. To be honest.
Well, season 2.
I'm surprised. Andor.
And really?
Yeah, I thought for sure it was going to be canceled because it seemed like they were starting to cancel all the Star Wars Disney shows.
Oh, dude, Andor is the best Star Wars shit we've seen since Knights of the Old Republic. Period. Point blank. Wait, it came out today?
There's Knights of the Old Republic too.
Oh, well, Knights of the Old Republic 2, actually, yeah. So sorry. So Andor is the best thing since Knights of the Old Republic 2, because I don't care what anyone says, KOTOR 2 is fucking so much better than KOTOR 1. But yeah, that
the trailer came out today.
I gotta watch that shit, dude. I love Andor.
Yeah. So what is your ranking of it? Because I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, 10 out of 10. 100%. Like 10 out of 10, 50 out of 10, dude. Like if you don't watch this movie, you're like, why? Like, what's wrong? You know, that's what are you doing with your life if you don't watch this movie? Unless you just don't like Godzilla. I get that.
Then what's wrong with you?
Again, yeah, what's wrong with you? What are you doing with your life? No, yeah, watch this movie. If no, like out of all the movies we fucking reviewed, this is the one you've got to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now we got an SCP, which is on you because I've already closed it and I remember the number.
Yes. I've got it here, right yonder. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is a short one. We've run pretty long, so that might be good. It's SCP-8474. It says, notice from the Foundation, the following document is archived and describes a new now decommissioned item. So here we have a nice little picture. Bunch of, it's exclusively women, I believe. Yes. Bunch of women. And it says, Washington Rehabilitation Center circa 2028. Question mark. Item is SCP... and don't look at the bottom of the page. SCP.
Close your eyes.
Avert your eyes. SCP-8474. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. The maternal tradition is to be encouraged by the Department of Continuity, and a web crawler has been set to monitor the activity of hospitals and therapeutic centers to detect possible victims of SCP-8474. All victims are to be relocated to a rehabilitation center and given appropriate disciplinary action. Persistent, inadequate behavior is to be followed by indefinite sedation, and health checkups are to be conducted daily and restricted to one man. Nestics, I think the M is probably silent. Nestics are to be dosed following re-education. So what the hell does that mean? Description. SCP-8474 is a mind-affecting phenomenon known by its unprecedented impact on the world's birth rate in the past few centuries. It is mainly characterized by a biological female's unwillingness to accept a gestation. In order to accelerate the recovery from all damage caused by SCP-8474, the Department of Biology and Medical Science is now working on the development of new forms of childbirth, and this what you're not supposed to look at until now, is apparently one of those new forms of childbirth, I guess. A subject pregnant in both her mind and her womb in a recent study. Parturition of the former was successful. It's a separation. Separation of the former was successful.
Go back up to that picture, the top picture.
This one.
In the far back, right? And underneath the doorway. That might be a guy. And if it is, that might be the one man who's supposed to be investigating it.
That might be.
I can't really tell, though. It could just be a chick at a bad angle, like super far away. It is hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, we are woke, so we can't assume gender.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it might, I could see that. It's kind of a ambiguous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could be a dude.
Well, he looks like, it reminded me of one of the Doctor Who's. It was the guy after David Tennant. Whatever his name was. Matt something.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, so this might be the one dude with the whole group of women. So this is weird.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's a super weird one. You throw a baby in your brain.
Brain babies.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's women who like get obsessed with being pregnant, and that's all that's on their mind is being pregnant. Like they want to get pregnant. So I mean, that's what it is. They have babies on their mind. So literally, they're growing babies in their mind.
Just literally babies in their mind.
Yeah.
Like, how does this even work, dude? You'd have what? Do they just remove the brain? Like what?
Just pull out through the mouth.
Oh no. No, it'd have to come through the eyes.
Yeah.
This is weird. It's unsettling, and I think it's a very short but very effective SCP.
Yeah. Now, do they blame the woman? Like, is it her fault she got pregnant? Because that's what it sounds like.
I mean, it said like they're unwilling. It is mainly characterized by a biological female's unwillingness to accept gestation. Does that mean like a conscious unwillingness to accept gestation, or just like a bodily unwillingness to accept gestation? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of
Gray
questions.
area.
I mean, that a good SCP should do SCP. My Sean Connery. A good SCP should leave you asking questions. You know what I mean? So that's a good, like, what kind of unwillingness are we talking here? Are we getting into like red territory where they're like, oh, the femoids are unwilling to procreate, or are we getting into like some biological shit? You know?
Yeah. The world may never know.
No, we won't. We'll just be stuck with that picture from 2028 in 2025.
It happens.
It did happen. I mean, look, you saw it. It's true. It's on the internet. So
this is basically the end of our episode, but I did want to say one thing. If you take away one lesson from this episode, I hope that you understand Trump and everybody aligned with him is just a horrendous piece of trash and need to go away. Like there's this nice burning ball in the sky. They could go visit, and I wouldn't mind if they all just flew off and decided to live on the sun. Like it'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, aside from that, I think another thing to think about is that despite the fact that our differences politically, no matter who you are, could be vast, there is still a chance that we could all fight this shit together.
Yep. We do need to unite. We need to stop this whole, like, I personally believe if you're a hardcore Trump supporter, there's probably no saving you. Like MAGA themselves, there's no saving them. Like they're too far gone. They will defend everything that happens to the end. They will literally be getting like pelted with stones, but it was Trump who ordered it. So thank you, Trump. Thank you for letting this happen.
Yeah.
But the ones who just voted Republican because they didn't think Kamala was a good choice, and I understand that. I completely understand that. If you're part of that, I believe there is saving you.
Yeah.
And that you would end up on our end. You would see like, hey, This stuff is wrong. If you haven't yet, you're going to eventually. You're going to understand that you're just being taken advantage of. We've seen so many people start going this way. They're basically buyer's remorse.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even that they would end up on our end. They are on our end.
Yeah, they just don't know it. They can't see it.
They are. That's like I said, you remove all of the political buzzwords from people and asking questions about political policy and stuff like that. They are on our end.
Yeah.
It's just they have to be made to see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, except for apparently only 67% of Americans believe that we should raise minimum wage.
That's a fucking disturbingly low. I mean, it's still the majority, which I guess is good, but that's like, I mean, the everybody else probably already has a good job. That's probably what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, it was to raise it to $15 an hour.
Which isn't even where it should be. I think for inflation, it should be at like, I think it's like fucking 25 or some shit at this point.
Well, yeah, years ago when we were first working together, it was 23.
Yeah. Federal and not their own state. Do they even realize it's federal and not? I doubt it. These people,
no.
They don't know what fucking tariffs are.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the thing. I've had to say that quite a lot lately. Like, do they realize this, or does somebody know this? Like, they don't even fucking know what tariffs are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because they keep listening to Trump, who disagrees, and people tell him the fact.
Yeah.
Like, people will tell Trump, like, the people are going to have to pay those tariffs. Well, you can think that, but it's not true. I don't believe it.
Yeah, Daddy said it, so.
Yeah. Oh, save a good thing. What do I got? I played this game called Avowed. That's my feel good story. What do we have? What good happened?
Let me look here. Let's see. I'm looking for some good stuff. We're gonna find this quick here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something funny that happened.
It's really hard nowadays.
Yeah, it truly is. Oh, more people are coming around to Switch dropping in June, which I'm very happy about. Switch 2, which I keep putting out. I'll watch somebody's video who talks about Switch 2 and its release date, and I put my 624 comment in there. I'm going to make sure that is just spread everywhere. And I go back to their pages later and be like, told you, should listen to me. Don't be shocked.
I mean, that'd be crazy if it actually comes out on that day.
It just makes so much sense with doing that math. And it seems like Nintendo might have been planning on that. Like they were particular in their 222 nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, it would just make sense. But here we go. Hold on. I think I got you guys. Hold on. Share screen, entire screen. We're going to get trippy again. Trippy. Okay. All right. Can you see this? Can everyone see this?
Oh, that is tiny print.
Why does it keep going to 100? Hold on. There we go.
Because I hate you.
Now you can see it.
Yep.
Oh, what the hell? Okay. All right. So we've got scientists discover low-cost way to trap carbon using common rocks, and it could help farmers too. So these two guys figured out a way to trap carbon, I guess, and it somehow helps farmers. But Stanford University chemists have developed a practical, low-cost way to permanently remove atmospheric carbon dioxide, the main driver of global warming and all that fun shit. The new process uses heat to transform common minerals into minerals or materials that spontaneously pull carbon from the atmosphere and permanently sequester it, which is dope as hell. Okay. These reactive materials can be produced in conventional kilns. So this is easily created shit you could just make, like those made to use cement. So we have the infrastructure to make this shit in ad infinitum. The Earth has an inexhaustible supply of minerals that are capable of removing CO2 from the atmosphere, but they just don't react fast enough on their own to counteract human greenhouse gas emissions, said Matthew Cannon, a Stanford professor of chemistry and senior author of the new study in Nature. Our work solves this problem in a way that we think is uniquely scalable. In nature, common minerals called silicates react with water and atmospheric CO2 to form stable bicarbonate ions and solid carbonate materials, a process known as weathering. However, this reaction can take hundreds to thousands of years to complete. Since the 1990s, scientists have been searching for ways to make rocks absorb carbon dioxide more rapidly through enhanced weathering techniques. Kanan and Stanford postdoctoral scholar Yu Xuan Chen, I think, developed a new process for converting slow weathering silicates into much more reactive materials that capture and store atmospheric carbon quickly. Basically, we figured out a way to catch carbon with rocks.
See, I thought they were doing this, but it was with sea rocks.
It might be both. Century-old technique for making... it's inspired by making cement like Romans did. You heat shit up to real fucking hot 1400 Celsius. What? What do you see?
Read the screen.
What screen? Mine?
The video. I put it up. I tagged a comment.
Wait, what video? Oh, Gypsum.
Whoa!
Get back
Let's
in
get
here
rid
and
of this.
tell. Yeah, I stopped sharing. Get back in here and tell Timu Tim Pool that none of this is real. Yeah, man, come on. Where you at, bro? Get the fuck back in here, man. I was gonna have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
God, dude, we need more red trolls to come in here so I can just slap them. But yeah, no, so we can trap carbon, which is fucking sick. I think that's a good enough story.
Yeah.
Science for the win. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's actually pretty good. I'm gonna save this website, and we should do this. We should end with a good story.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Well, not with this website. It's Good News Network, man.
Yeah.
Let me save that shit.
Yep.
That was nice. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the suggestion. Because you're right. We do need more positive shit. The world is bleak as hell. And I think toxic positivity is really bad, but we should inject at least some positivity in our Doomcast. So,
yeah. I mean, there's positivity in there. I usually give at least one good news. We start off with good news. We might get the Defenders. That is fantastic news.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll here. You search for the Doom. I'll search for like one or two good news stories. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll pepper them in there.
Yeah, I mean, I get the Doom sent to me constantly.
Yeah, the Doom. You pinned You Lost up there. You lost. Okay. Fucking dipshit.
Oh, hey, David.
Right at the end.
Yeah. What is up?
Oh, man. The Doomcast. We should call this.
Yeah.
From now on.
It's been fantastic.
The Doomcast. Just wear a Dr. Doom mask.
Yep.
Oh.
But yeah, that was what we had. Thank you everybody for joining. It's been fun. Yeah. And next week we're gonna go a little more into a topic that Hawk brought up. A lovely event that happened 24 years ago. Figured we'd dive into that a little bit.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
MF Doom.
Yeah, so what?
We all lost. Remember, we lost.
Yeah, you lost. You lost. I didn't lose. You lost.
Sure. Well, yeah, I lost. Yeah, you're right. I lost.
Yeah, leopards don't eat my face. I don't know what you're talking about.
Own the libs.
I use my Batman leopard anti-leopard spray, so they're not going to bite me.
Well, yeah,
It's called bear mace.
bear mace.
Yeah, I sprayed myself in the face. It worked out well.
Now you can't see anything.
Yeah.
That means nothing can see you. So
Yeah. What I can't see can't hurt me. That's why I could get in a fight with John Cena and I won't get hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us. And until then, take care.
Stay safe.